Welcome
Welcome.
to Shade and the City. I'm your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we are jumping into our review of The Love and the Marriage that is in Huntsville, number one city in America. Season 7, episode 12, because as y'all know, we had to give y'all a back-to-back because we were so behind. I'm going to blame that on y'all. I'm just kidding. So no, this one is called Peace Before the Stormy. This is another one. I was just telling Nels, these last two reviews that I had to do today, it was hard to get through. It was really hard. And this one, especially towards the end with Stormy, I was just lost. I love Stormy, but I was just lost. But anyway, we'll get into it. Let's talk about it. And let's get shady, y'all. Oh, make sure you hit the like button before you do that.
And that subscribe button.
And then you can get shady. This episode, Kimmy and Maurice are meeting with Micah to discuss their whole office remodel that they got going on.
And you getting his name and stuff. I just got his brother.
You stupid. And they're applying some pressure because things aren't moving as quickly as Kimmy would like. She then jumps on Maurice because she basically said that, he perpetrated when they first got together as if he was this handyman and he was so good at just, fixing things and doing things. And now all of a sudden he don't know how to do nothing. So Kimmy basically does what we've been seeing her do for the last 3 or 4 seasons that I've been watching, asking Maurice to help her. I mean, I guess if the horse ain't dead yet, keep beating it. So she then tells him about about her vaginal steam with Tisha and trying to increase her libido. Maurice thinks that it's all rubbish. And, your body does what it needs to on its own. It cleanses and detoxes on its own, which we all know is very true. However, Kimmy makes a good point. We put a lot of other in our body that wasn't meant to be there. So,
She said, I said, well, preach.
Right. So then she tells him about Tisha opening up, about being overwhelmed. She then brings up Tisha taking a pregnancy test. And then I was like, you just broke girl code.
I don't think so. Tisha wasn't acting like it was a secret.
And so I guess, and so they're tripping out because they don't understand how she could think that if Marceau had a vasectomy 4 years ago, why she would think that she could be pregnant now. And so basically Kimmy she realizes she fucked up and then basically asked him not to say anything to Marceau. And Maurice jokes that maybe Tisha should take a trip to Africa alone to relieve her stress. And I agreed with that. For once,
I did too.
I agree with Maurice.
I sure enough did. I said, yes, that is a great idea.
I agree.
You sure enough do. And you can't have nothing to say about it, sir. Sit home and watch your kids. Then Stormy, she stopped by to see Tisha and have a conversation. She wants to catch up about, what happened after the barbecue and finds out how her and Kiki are doing. She said her and Kiki haven't talked. And the barbecue was basically kind of like the nail in the coffin. They've been through so much. And she was like, that was the last straw.
Is Stormy trying to be the new Tiffany?
Like messy?
I just feel like she's in a lot of stuff that really has nothing to do with her. I guess because her and Kiki are friends. Like I get.
I was gonna say she's actually pretty cool with.
But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like she needs to.
Well, I don't know. She also said that it reminds her, since they're cousins, it reminds her of her mom and her aunt, and she feels like if there's hope for Kiki and Tisha, then there's hope for it. It gives her hope for her mom.
So why don't you work on your mom and your aunt and leave Tisha and Kiki alone?
I think she's been dealing with it for so long. She don't see no hope. So she wants to see hope somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Then she started talking about how, Tisha, she started talking about how Kiki's still using because her behavior is similar to how she was when she was using, which kind of aggravated Stormy because she feels like, it's a sensitive topic and really you shouldn't be just assuming or putting out this false narrative that somebody could be using without having any proof. So she changed the subject and asked about how her trip was. She said that, she went to Vegas with some of her girls from college. She went on a little girls trip and they had a great time. So she asked her, did Marcel go? And no, Marcel was on a boys' bachelor trip in Colombia. Okay, nonetheless. Okay. This girl said she don't know nothing about Colombia after this boy was telling her.
I wonder, and this is not trying to be funny, has Tisha been out of the country? Because Marcel always seems to be out of the country. Like, not that Vegas isn't nice, but
oh no, she said they got prostitutes there too. Well, anyways, this girl said she don't know nothing about Colombia, and Stormy let her know, girl. That's what the brothels are. That's what the prostitutes are. The prostitutes. Okay. And Tisha said that her and her husband know how to behave like grown adults and do what grown people do, ma'am. Okay. I don't know who you trying to fool. Okay. And basically when they're separate from each other, they know how to behave. Okay. And maybe Stormy needs to get out this warehouse every now and then. Child, you don't need to be giving nobody no relationship advice on nothing and what they need to be doing. Because don't nobody want to be receiving no text, no MMS messages of their husband's back. So then Tisha asked about how Courtney's doing, and if he's still mad. She said, no, girl, he wasn't never mad. He just let that roll off of, his shoulders. He just don't play like little kid games like your husband do. Okay, he do grown man things. All right, like the rest of grown men. Okay, he don't play that. All right. So she says, we've been talking about doing a double date for the longest. Why don't we do that? Why don't we schedule a little something? Okay. Tisha didn't really look like she was really feeling it, but she was like, yeah, talk to your husband first, see how he feel about it, because mine is petty as hell. He'll definitely go. All right, so he can talk some more mess. Right. Then she brings up how the website stuff is back up again, and asked Tisha for an apology. And Tisha said she shouldn't be the one apologizing. She basically passed the buck to the web designer, which made Stormy feel some type of way about her because, of course, she's the CEO. And I
agree with that. I feel like that was a terrible lack of accountability.
Absolutely. And she said, as a CEO, yeah, you want to be able to pass the buck to somebody else, but you can't because it's your company. Okay. Things come through you. And basically, she said that she could make it a big deal, but she's been giving her grace. So, she really was like, feeling some type of way. But, so then she explained that her and Tisha were both getting hate from that. So then Tisha finally apologized. It took all that. It took all that.
It did, because Tisha was not here for it. So Chris goes by the daycare to talk to Nell about Chris Jr.'s mental state. Nell thinks that he's making excuses. I said, Nell is a tough cookie. She's like, I don't give a damn. He need to get off his ass. And basically she calls him butthole. And says that, she thinks he doesn't like to listen and is probably upset at the outcome of his life. I said, well, damn. Chris shares that he thinks Chris Jr. needs to talk to someone and he's not sleeping and believes he could be depressed. And he tells Nell hearing Chris Jr. talk like that, kind of broke him down. So Nell says that, Chris Jr. again is upset that he thought he had, I guess, opportunities in football that didn't work out. And then after that, he got in trouble with the law. And, he's just lost at this point. And, Nell just wants him to be accountable. She's like, what I'm not trying to do is let him use it. Oh, I'm sad and give an excuse and continue to let him be sorry. I get what Nell is coming from. However, she said, if you feel like you need to go talk to somebody and he needed, then you know what? I won't bring up no money, but I still want my money, but I won't bring it up.
She didn't say that.
She did say, she said, I won't bring up no money.
No, I'm saying she didn't say, I still want it though.
Oh.
But
I think once he get on his feet, she gonna be back in his door.
She probably do. She just ain't say it. So then Kimmy and Tisha, they chilling at the nail shop getting a pedicure. And Kimmy is curious to know what happened? What had happened when you got back home? Did you let Marcel know about this pregnancy test? And she said no. But she don't think it's really a big deal. She feels like if she mentioned it to him, that he would just kind of be like, whatever. Kimmy is like, no, I don't think most men that had vasectomy would just be like whatever to their wife after taking a pregnancy test. And Tisha stand firm on the fact that vasectomies don't always work. Okay, she said she knows 2 people that got pregnant after having vasectomies from their husband. I will agree that they don't always work, but you don't know these people's story, and you don't know if they was actually pregnant by their husband. So you mind your own business, okay?
Well, my whole thing is, and this is why I say Kimmy is a bad friend, because I feel like she ran to tell her, you need to tell your husband, you need to tell your husband. I mean, yeah, because she said it on camera and on TV.
I think that's what, because she also said it's better to let him know now than for him to find out later.
Well, I also think she wants him to go, she wants her to go talk to him before Maurice runs and goes tells. That's another thing too. Because I went and opened my mouth.
Even before Maurice, when they were doing the V steam, she told her that she needs to let him know. At the V steam, because the thing is, first of all, yes, if you have a vasectomy, right, and you said it on camera and you don't mention it to me, it's gonna make it sound like it's a secret. You got something to hide. So Kimmy is telling her, but you better mention this, because if he finds out later watching it on screen, it's gonna look crazy.
I guess I see what you're saying. I guess
But no, she did tell her before she told Maurice that she needs to go home and tell her husband. So then Mel shows up. She said, I don't really know why I'm here getting pedicure, because my feet stay done. Okay, she stays done up. All right, from the chin up, from the floor up. Okay, she's done up. All right, but you know what? She said she's here to make peace. Okay, so I guess I can sit in this chair again. All right, now instantly.
Mel gives me the vibe she don't even go out to get her. Like, I feel like she has somebody come.
She probably got somebody to come to the house. Absolutely. I believe it. Instantly, Kimmy gets into why she didn't get an invite to the name change ceremony. Okay. Mel says that, it was mainly close friends and family. Plus, she feels that if she would have invited Kimmy, she would have had to invite Maurice. And she would have invited Tisha. Now, I ain't gonna lie, when she said this, because I was like, damn, close friends. Girl, you threw me a breast cancer party. Like, I thought we was close. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I felt like she did actually do a pretty good job of cleaning it up, because she don't always. But she said, if I invited Tisha, I would have had to invite Marcel. And then, it would have been a whole big thing. And that's not what she wanted, because those are friends of Martel. And we know how he felt about anybody supporting that. Okay.
Right.
But she does say that,
not even that. I understood where she was coming from. They kind of make a joke out of everything, especially Marceau trying to be cute and all the little stuff that he liked to do. And Maurice, when he starts going, it ain't no better. And I just feel like I get where Mel was coming from. I want people who are genuinely happy for me here.
No. When she broke it down, because she doesn't always. I did feel where she was coming from. But she does say that it does mean a lot to her that she no longer has that name. And Kimmy gets into the stereotypes of our community not having the same last name as their mothers. Kids not having the same last name as their mothers. And Mel said, well, now you ain't got the same last name as Jalen no more. And, she says that's a part of life and marriage and divorce. Her kids know what it is, what it was. Okay. And she's not bothered by it, and neither are they. Okay. They know who mama, they know who they
So was Kimmy married before?
I don't think so. I think she just
because I think, and I don't know if you caught it, but there was something that she said about.
You seem like shade, Mel.
Yeah, baby.
Absolutely.
Not being married, and I was like,
because she said no, and she also said something about oh, you mean like baby mamas or something like that. Yeah, it was definitely shade. But
I feel like I think she took what Kimmy was saying and took it like, oh, you're trying to make me because I don't have the same last name. It was like, bitch, you're a whole baby mama. At least I was married. That's how I took that. That's why I was like, oh.
Yeah, I definitely
look. Y'all know better. You don't come for Mel unless she send for you.
Absolutely not.
Speaking of Mel sending for people, I don't know if
She's
y'all
a
heard.
silent assassin.
Right. I don't know if y'all heard in these YouTube streets, I haven't been in it as I usually am. I gotta listen to the full live and breakdown. But apparently Mel was online cussing somebody out last night, some blogger that got under her skin. And when Mel takes time out of her time to address you, I'm sure it's gonna be good. I'll report. I'll come back and report once I get all the facts.
So then after that, in the confessional, she says that she didn't invite them because she wanted people that were, like Trey said, genuinely there for her through her growth journey. And it's always back and forth with them. And I get it. Then Mel gets into Tisha's energy at the town hall meeting and how it was off. Tisha said that she felt like her energy was off with everyone because she had put in so much work into the event, and basically she felt like people was coming at her. Mel said, yeah, but it was only me when I spoke up that you came at. Okay, everybody else was speaking and I said quiet, but when I finally did speak, you only had words for me. Okay, so
you're the only one that had coffee with my husband.
You're an idiot.
It's true. That's why she didn't have that energy for nobody else.
I thought the coffee was afterwards, no?
No, that was before. Because remember, he said at the town hall, I had lunch with Mel, and then Tisha just shot him a look. And after that, it was deaded. And that's why when Mel walked in the room, the energy was off. Because she was already feeling away because he had just said he met with her. And we all know, I'm sorry, I truly believe she has some type of insecurity about Mel and Marcel.
That's the only one. Well,
and we all know she'd be worried about the wrong thing. So,
So Tisha did apologize because she said she didn't mean to come off that way. And then Kimmy is like super proud that, they're getting to a better place. And then asked if they follow each other on social media. And yeah, real quickly, they both shut that down. They was like, you know what, we're both still blocked probably. And, it just takes too much.
Right.
Search for them. Really, it was BS because you can just put their name in the search bar and bring them up. You ain't got to go through all your followers and people ciao, bye. Okay, just say it ain't that deep. We ain't there yet. All right.
But I just don't think I'm kind of like Mel. We're friends in real life. Like I don't necessarily need to follow you.
Trace, I would feel some type of way if you had me blocked.
Blocked is one thing, but if
they're blocked, they are blocked. They are blocked. She said blocked. Let me see my notes. She said blocked.
Well, I mean, but you know me in real life. Do you really need to see my pictures and things?
Yes. Absolutely. I want to double heart it. Actually,
double heart it.
I want to double tap. Absolutely. Yes. I want to scroll through my feed and see what the people I care about, people I love are doing. Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's why I'll never block you because I need that extra heart. So, we get into Stormy and Courtney. They're waiting around for Marcel and Tisha.
For an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Disrespectful.
They're super
no call, no nothing. Let me tell you something. There would have been no call, and you would have showed up, and I would not have been there. In a way, I'm waiting an hour and a
half. So she tells him about her meeting with Tisha and how she really took no accountability. And questions whether she really wants to be friends with somebody like that. Then Tisha and Marcel finally do show up, as Nell said, an hour and a half later. Marcel brings up the barbecue and how there was tension and how he was told Courtney doesn't like him. So Courtney says to Marcel he wasn't feeling basically how he was addressing them as the Steels, and he felt that basically it was like some little kid shit. And I was like, well, go ahead, Courtney, tell him how it is. So Marcel questions why he had a problem with that, but doesn't have an issue with Stormy calling him.
He told him he had selective outrage.
And Courtney was like, I ain't got no issue with that. And Stormy said, if you felt a way, you could have came and expressed how you felt, and said that she stands on what she said, but she'll respect his boundaries, moving forward, and respect his wife. So Marcel said that he plans, I don't know how we got this far. I missed a lot because y'all, I'm telling you, it took me a lot, especially through this last episode. It should never take this long to watch a 40-minute episode. And I was watching this episode for a long time. So then basically, Marcel said he plans to ignore Stormy, and Stormy lets him know that that's rude, and the reason why Tisha got and that's the reason why Tisha got a drink thrown in her face. So then Tisha was like, "What? Well, how did I get sprayed in the?"
Oh, you saying it's okay that she threw a drink in my face because I didn't want to engage, blah, blah, blah.
And that's childish, whether I was ignoring her or not, which I think I said that. But I'm like, poor Tisha out here catching.
She said, no, I don't agree with it. I'm just telling you, that's the reason.
And so basically, you know, she's not feeling her defending Kiki's bad behavior. And it's like, I guess she got a problem with me. So then during the game, Marceau was trying, this is where I got lost. During the game, Marceau was trying to say something, and Stormy picks up her keys and gets ready to walk out of the game until Courtney stops her. And then she says she'll watch him play. And then she get on her phone. She talk about she need to go to work.
Well, basically, you know, also in that conversation, Tisha mentioned that calling someone the B word is disrespectful anyway, right? So Marceau told her that he understands using the B word. It's frequent for her. You know, that's her culture, but he doesn't have time to teach adults new culture. Then Stormy was like, you know what?
You know what?
It's time to go. So it was giving she wanted to leave and get the hell up out of there before she got super disrespectful, because it sounded like he would have heard a lot more than just the B word. And we know that this girl liked to curse, and he probably would have been, yeah, it would have went left real quick. That's really what it was getting.
So yeah. Well, thanks for clearing that up for us, Nels. And that was pretty much episode 12 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I feel like it was a filler episode, is what they call it. But yeah, if you haven't already, Shade Squad, please make sure that you've hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And we will catch y'all in a couple days for episode 13 of Love and Marriage in the #1 city. Guess where it is? Huntsville. All right. Love y'all. Have a good night. Bye-bye.